Bluey's fourth season is shaping up to be the best one yet, and one of the biggest highlights is that fans will finally get to see the day Bingo was born. Have you ever wondered exactly how Bingo learned to walk and what her very first words were? When Season 4 premieres, we're going to watch the episode where Aunt Brandy gives birth to her baby. And this story will be extra special because it'll be the very first time fans get to see a little glimpse of baby Bingo. We already know this because Bingo's cousin is going to receive the crib that Chili took out of the house. That's important for several reasons, but the biggest one is that we're about to take a trip to the past, back to when Bingo was born and Aunt Brandy went to the hospital to visit her little niece. In the episode where we first meet Chili's sister, she gives the girls 2 costumes and then says she had no idea how much they'd grown over the past 4 years. That's super strange because Bingo is exactly 4 years old. That means Brandy never met Bingo before or only saw her when she was still a baby. We're going to see that exact day when Brandy's first child is born. It's going to be emotional because Brandy struggles to be around Chili and her daughters. Not out of jealousy, but out of sadness, since her dream has always been to become a mother. And when that dream finally comes true in Season 4, right when Bingo meets her cousin in the same hospital where she was born, it'll feel like a full circle moment with a happy ending. And our adventure today is just getting started, so grab your popcorn and get ready for another Cinewave. There's going to be another episode where we see baby Bingo, and this time it's going to focus entirely on the young red healer. The episode will probably be titled Floppy, and it'll center around a big decision Bingo has to make. She's going to give up her stuffed bunny, most likely as a gift to her cousin, who's having trouble sleeping. In the episode Smoochie Kiss, we see a photo of baby Bingo hugging Floppy in her sleep. That proves she got the bunny when she was little to help her fall asleep. The episode kicks off like this. Bingo is next to her new cousin, who's having nightmares, which is rough. At her bedside is her loyal friend Floppy. That's when Chili tells us exactly how Bingo got that special toy. As we learned in Sleepy Time, Bingo uses Floppy to have sweet dreams, and that's exactly why she was given that bunny. The one who gave it to her was Grandpa Mort. We'll find out that the bunny is actually an old toy from Chili's side of the family, something they used as a bedtime buddy. And on this day, we'll take another trip down memory lane to discover that Bingo cried a lot when she was a baby, and her grandpa knew exactly what was going on. She was scared of being alone. To help, Grandpa Mort opens up an old trunk, and inside is Floppy. When Bingo finds out, she'll realize it's time to pass on her loyal companion to someone who needs it even more. Chili's maiden name was Cattle before she married Bandit, and in this case, Brandy Cattle's son will continue the family tradition by using Floppy as his own bedtime buddy. Since this 4th season will explore the growth of both Bluey and Bingo, because we know they'll be getting older soon, there's a really fun episode in the works. It's all about a height contest. Did you know that there comes a point where age doesn't matter so much when it comes to how tall someone is? A younger sibling can totally end up taller. Bluey and her sister are going to learn that lesson eventually, and we already got a clue about this in the special episode titled Bingo. Inside their toy closet, the sisters love measuring each other's height, and if you pay attention to the marks on the door, it looks like Bluey is getting taller and taller, but Bingo is growing too. That means at some point, we'll get to see when they started measuring height. Remember that baby race episode when Bluey wanted to prove she was better than Bingo and then challenged judo? Bluey is super competitive, and of course we're gonna get an episode where she's just 2 years old and loves being the big sister, while Bingo is still just a baby. We don't know if Bingo will ever end up taller than her, but either way, it's going to be awesome to watch part 2 of Baby Race. Would you rather be tall or short? Comment with #tall so we can get to know ya. At the end of the Baby Race episode, we learned that Bluey took her first steps in the kitchen because she wanted so badly to be close to Chili. In that same episode, Bluey pushes Bandit's face away as soon as she learns how to roll over, just because she wanted to see Chili's face. That shows how attached she was to her mom as a little pup. In the episode where baby Bingo shows up, we're going to learn a bit about jealousy. Something tricky is going to happen when both Bluey and Bingo feel jealous for some reason, and that's when Chili will share how her oldest daughter wasn't always best friends with Bingo. It's totally normal for a kid to feel jealous of a baby, especially when they notice the baby getting more attention. And let's be clear, that only happens because babies need more care. Bluey won't believe there was ever a time when she wasn't friends with Bingo, but in this story, Chili will show the girls that their beautiful friendship started once they both realized jealousy wasn't worth it. The bond between the sisters is going to be renewed with a heartfelt gesture of love and friendship in a truly beautiful episode, one that's sure to be one of the most emotional of the entire series. So get ready to feel all the feels. The episode where baby Bingo appears as a newborn pup will focus on how Bluey helps take care of her little sister. Here's how it begins. Bluey, now a 3-year-old pup, is already talking, while her little sister isn't speaking yet. But let's save Bingo's first words for later. At this point, Bingo is just 1 year old, and Bluey wants to get closer to her little sister, and there's nothing better than helping mom take care of the baby. How about Bluey teaching Bingo how to use the potty after she stops wearing diapers? Or maybe an episode where our blue pup helps change her sister's clothes after giving her a bath. There are tons of ways this story could unfold, but all of them revolve around one thing: helping fans discover how the Heeler sisters' love began. Even though they're sisters, their friendship goes way beyond that. Since we've already seen Bluey's first steps, it's only fair that Ludo Studios, the team behind the show, also shows us how Bingo started walking. It would be super interesting to find out that actually Bingo walked earlier than Bluey did when it was her time to grow up. In this episode, the two sisters will be racing in the backyard. Bingo is going to win the race for the first time, and then Bandit will say the score is 2 points for each of them. Bluey's going to be confused because Bingo has never won a race before, and that's when Dad will explain that, in fact, the younger daughter learned to walk earlier than Bluey did. That would be Bingo's first win, and when she finally beats her big sister, that would be her second point. It would be so much fun to see how Bingo learned to walk, and later, how she discovered how to run super fast. In a special episode all about the youngest Heeler's growth. You can run on over to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. We post videos every single day! What was your very first word? Wouldn't it be amazing if we got an episode showing how both Heeler sisters learned to talk? We're guessing Bluey's first word was mommy because when she took her first steps, it was all because of Chili. But we think that in Bingo's case, the episode will reveal that the Red Heeler's pup's first word was daddy. Bingo is way more like Bandit than we might think. We know she loves nature just like her dad does, and she spent more time with him while Chili was taking care of Bluey. In the episode Daddy Put Down, we learned that the baby carrier Bandit used at the park was for Bingo. So at some point, while the two of them were walking around town, Bingo looked up and said, "Daddy." That scene is going to be heart-melting in Season 4, don't you think? There's a fan theory that might actually be confirmed in the episode where baby Bingo appears. It's almost certain that the youngest Heeler has a condition that prevents her from eating gluten. We know this because in the episode where Dad takes the pups to school, he separates their lunches, gluten snacks for Bluey and gluten-free snacks for Bingo. Later, in the Bumpy and the Wise Old Wolfhound episode, Bingo ends up in the hospital, probably because she ate something she wasn't supposed to. In the story where we see Bingo as a baby, fans might finally learn the truth, that yes, she's gluten intolerant, and when she eats the wrong thing, she ends up needing medical care. Bingo has a super special connection with bugs, and maybe it all started when she was just a newborn. Maybe a little ladybug even landed on her nose. In the episode where baby Bingo shows up, we're going to learn exactly how she became so fascinated with insects, especially butterflies. Some of them might even be related to Flappy. No matter how the story unfolds, it's going to be so much fun to watch Bingo discovering more about nature, because as we already know, she's going to follow in Bandit's footsteps and become an archaeologist. And seeing how her connection with bugs began is going to be such a sweet moment.
Oh, little auntie!
Why does Bingo always go full method acting mode whenever she puts on a wild animal costume? When Aunt Brandy gave her a leopard outfit, we saw just how much the little red Heeler connects with dress-up clothes. Maybe it's the perfect moment to go back in time, back to when she was just a baby, and find out where that connection really started. Could it be that when she was a newborn, she got a little butterfly costume and wanted to fly away? We've got a little gift for you right now. 2 more awesome videos to watch. Just pick one. We'll see you in the next video. See you soon.